MissionDarkstar is the first museum and heritage-based online game competition to be held here in Singapore. It is targeted at youths aged between 17 and 35 years old. Hi, my name is Edmund, and I'll be your host as we take a look at MissionDarkstar. We're currently at the end of Stage 1, where 5 successful teams will each receive $4,000 in seed funding to build their online game. Teams are competing for a prize pool worth of $13,500. Let us take a look at some of the contestants and their concepts. I'm now at Temasek Poly with a group of guys over here from Team Knockout, and they've just recently submitted a proposal to MissionDarkstar. Can you describe your concept of your project to us?
The main concept of our game is a 2D point-and-click role-playing game where players get to explore Singapore's history through completing quests while solving puzzles along the way.
The design of our game is largely influenced by what we have went through as Singaporeans. So from the things that we eat, to the things we see as we grow up, the things we play, this is part of our life, but to those people, especially those tourists that haven't been in Singapore before, this will all be new and interesting to them. So we try to incorporate all of that into our game as part of our game content.
During the process of developing this proposal, what have you picked up and learned throughout the entire process?
Alright, through our trip to the museum and research, we managed to pick up some stuff that we didn't know about Singapore history. We get to learn more, and we also set aside time to settle differences in our team. So we learned that teamwork is very important for the development of the game. We hope to learn more when working on the game itself in full force.
So let's have them tell us a little bit more about the concept of this game.
Basically, our game is a 2D point-and-click adventure role-playing game.
Our main idea behind the game would be sort of like a cross between photo hunt and a problem and a puzzle game.
Our game contains 3 mini games of different genres that contains Singapore's heritage. The first game is an item grabbing game, second game is a quiz, and the third game is a mix and match where players they have to choose items that suits to the cultural theme.
Basically, our game has a story mode and a free mode. In the story mode, the player has to go through a timeline of lined up games in order to complete it.
The concept of this game is actually a 2D side-scrolling RPG game. What we do is we have the 4 races and they unite together to fend off the pirates, and this in turn plays as total defense.
Our game is actually a simple flash game whereby we wanted our players to learn more about Singapore history, because Singapore history actually isn't as dull as what we thought it would be.
What is the main appeal of the game in this team?
So the main appeal of our game are the mini games, puzzles, and our storyline, which allows the player to experience Singapore's history and heritage.
We put in a lot of details into the storyline because we want the players to feel as immersed in the game as possible. So definitely the storyline, and artwork will come next.
I think a key feature of our game is the time attack system, where the player must play all 3 games in under a certain timing.
I think one of our mini games, we have a strategic tactical game which you can try and build Singapore. It will be not as easy as you think. Please watch out for that.
Well, I believe that would be actually the satirical humor behind everything.
Our main appeal of this game is that we can know more about Singapore history. In order to let more people to play our game, we have to create a multiplayer mode. We have to do within a server and a client.
Okay, so what about your audience group? What kind of group are you targeting over here?
We are targeting Singapore teens between age 12 to 16. As our game requires basic knowledge of Singapore history, Singapore teens will be more familiar with what they learn from their school.
Okay, our game is intended for players who do not have any prior knowledge of Singapore's history and wish to learn about Singapore's heritage and culture while having fun playing games.
Well, we would like to target the younger generations, such as ourselves, between the age of 13 to 20. The reason why we are choosing the younger generation is because we feel that we are unaware of Singapore's history as we should be right now. So this is actually a good chance for us to make Singapore aware of what Singapore's history was about.
Our target audience are for people aged 10 years and above. We feel that at the age of 10 is the right time for them to appreciate Singapore heritage.
The target audience will be a secondary school student ranging from 12 to 16 years old. The main impact from us will be to gain interest, let the player gain interest in support Singapore history and to create awareness for the player.
Okay, coming on to the last question is simple. Throughout the entire process, what have you picked up or learned in this stage?
Okay, because it's a game about Singapore history and heritage, so definitely when we're doing our research, in the course of our research, we did learn a lot of things about history and heritage of the country, and things we forgot we have to remember again, and things we didn't know now we know. And apart from that, we learned a lot of time management and working together in a group, and just a lot of discipline.
We have learned how to write more complicated programs for our games, and we have learned many different art styles. Like before, we always draw modernized objects and stuff. Now we have to draw stuff that have more variety to appeal to the younger generations.
Most young people these days would shun history and anything to do with it. We didn't know that our Singapore heritage is actually this big.
We thought we know, but we are mistaken, and we gain more knowledge about this. So I think it's very useful to us and hopefully to others also.
For me, I've learned that Singapore took part in entrepot trading, which was very different from other countries trading at that time. So what we try to put into this game is how we are going to depict entrepot trading to our players.
Actually, I learned about a technical skill that actually is a flash, and I think that it will be useful on our futures.
So any last word, Team Square 25?
We hope we win! Definitely, we want to win this.
Yes, we'll knock you out!
Watch out, heritage hunters are here.
Yes!
So what about your confidence level? How high is it right now?
Sky high!
We'd like to thank NHB, yesterday.sg, ITE and Rapture Gaming for giving us this chance to express our creativity and skills. So thank you, NHB!
As you've seen throughout the entire interview session, it's not easy to create a game from scratch. But given the right amount of time and effort, it is still possible. Of course, a big shout out to NHB for giving us the platform and the chance to actually have this competition over here in Singapore. So all the best to all the teams, because we're going to have the results coming up very soon. Have anything you want to say to your competitors out there?
Watch out,
Heritage hunters, we are. Sorry.
They both have genres that
Given time and of course limited amount of
We decided that we should
feel that at the age of 10